Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Can we please meet
Ladies first.
Okay. I did join Felicia by name. Um, I'm from a royal family. I'm from a royal family. My father, my mother, myself, and my younger brother. I graduated from University of Ilorin. That's banking and finance. Then afterwards, I served in Sokoto. Then it's, it's like
how did
I was born and bred
you
born and bred because I've spent almost all my life.
that can we meet?
Yeah, I'm Sonia Olatunji Babatunde. I'm from Ogun State, Ijebu-Ode to be precise, Enunwa in Ijebu-Ode. I studied political science and from Taishula University of Education, and since then I find myself in the world of entrepreneur. So since then we've been rolling the balls and all that. So
Political science and law. How you say? How did you come about that?
yeah, I would say, well, my diversion or disposition towards dog breeding as a business was as a result of an encounter I had with a friend. You know, when I was still in my father's house, so used to be a friend of mine who was into dog breeding, and he has been telling me that, okay, oh, guy, come into business, come into this business. I was like, dog, what do I want to do with dog and all that? So since then, I think an incident happened. He took one of his dog, a Boabu then, took the dog on a stroll, and he came out. He came back, sorry. So when he came back, without the dog, just the leash on his hand. So I was calling him. So this following day, he was like, guy, I've sold my dog. That. So he used the proceeds from that. I think he sold it. That was around 1992, 93, thereabout. So he sold that dog for about, I think, 450,000 then. So as at that time, yeah. So, and he used the proceeds from it to go and deck his house. That was how he moved into. So when he left, I was like, wow. And by virtue of my physical disability, I totally and outrightly condemned the 8 to 4 kind of business that, you know, the stress of Lagos and all that. So I said, no, I guess this is what. Though initially I never started with dog breeding. I started with catfish farming. So that was where I started my.
Okay. How is growing up like about you?
I grew up like a normal human. My growing up was okay. It was fine, but with a bit of challenges. You know, I grew up in a family of 7, including my dad and my mom. We are 5 in number. And growing up amongst my siblings is quite interesting because, you know, at the initial stage, we weren't staying together at a point in time because my mom took me to Kano State. So that is where I did a little bit about some years. We spent some years in Kano before I now came back to Lagos. So I started my primary school education at Atundaolu Nursery and Primary School for the physically challenged children at Adamu. So in Surulere, that's off Adenino Ogunsoya. So that was where I started with my education. The reason for that was, you know, being physically challenged. So I have to enroll in a school that have the knowledge, as in the training of how to handle children with physical disability. So that was what prompted my parents to say, okay, I enrolled there and all that. So after that, I migrated, or I moved to my secondary school. Initially, when we started, I think I was in primary 5 then. Mind you, the people that established our school or founded our school are white. I can still remember the name Mrs. Rice and Mrs. Green. So they are white of, I think, of British descent or America. I couldn't remember that. But they were proposing that we should have a secondary school for the physically challenged disabled children. But our headmistress then, Mrs. Ashaolu, talked them out of it that, look, let these children go out and mixed with the able body so that there won't be a kind of segregation in life that will cause them their confidence and all that. So which they agreed to. If not, they are ready to establish a secondary school for the physically challenged. So from there, I moved to Muslim College Egbe at Egbe. Yeah, so that was where I finished. I did my secondary school. Later, I moved to Asaruddin College at Okota. So I did my WAEC there. And
Two things quickly. The mic is for. Okay. Two things. Okay. Two things quickly. There is like two phases of life.
okay,
One among Hispanic
yeah,
two among
able
normal
body,
children.
able body, yeah,
Now, when I was in college, we talked about exclusive education and inclusive.
yeah.
And we were like, we're supporting your person. We'll come back to that. But how is life with physically challenged children? How is life with them? Like, how is life with more children?
Yeah, aligned with this physically challenged children, to me at the early stage, looks normal because you are within people of diverse physical challenges. You understand? So you have one with one leg, you have some with half leg, diversity of physical disability. So it's like a fish within the setting of his mate or class. So you don't see anything different. But the problem started, or the challenges started when I migrated from that to secondary school, where with able-bodied children. So then I look like an alien. You having to be a physically challenged person in the midst of able-body. So the expectation, the drive and what have you was like, at first in my junior secondary school, I was very, very timid. It really affected my self-esteem because I was timid. I secluded myself and all that. But I guess all that changed when I was in, I think, the second term or third term of GSS 1. So that has been it, That is it, sha.
Now, another one is, does it mean you're born with disability?
No,
How did it happen?
no,
How did it happen?
I wasn't born as a physically challenged person. I wasn't. I
My
wasn't.
question is,
I wasn't.
Okay. Now, since we've been talking, like it seems you're born with it, or how did it happen?
Yeah, actually, I wasn't born physically challenged. I was born like a normal baby. My delivery was normal, itch free, and all that. But the problem started when I was sick. I was sick, and I think I was about a day or so to the end of my treatment. So my mom took me to the hospital, and the nurse that attended to me then was like, she was careless with handling me and all that. So she and my mother had a brawl, exchange of word and all that. So she now, trying to threaten that she will deal with her, blah blah blah. Well, normal stuff. So the following day, as I was told, she. So after then, we were called for a mini introduction. I went with my parents, my siblings, and my aunt is on both sides. So we got there, do introduction, blah blah blah, and all that. So the mom was like, this, that, what will Yari Lojo and but everything shall come. And so from there we went to meet the uncle, he's late now. So we need to fix the date, and that is how
Our
everything
journey
was
started.
About the signing was
June
contracted.
29, 2019 just started.
Just,
Yes.
Fiam,
just like playing in the
It will,
club.
it will be 4
yes.
years by next
So how
month.
many goals has she conceived?
She conceived only one. And it was because of Buhari that we did not proceed further. Because
Why?
of the economy, yes, because of the economic.
Is it Buhari or Emefiele?
Is Buhari, both of them there together?
Okay, as I was coming in, as we were coming in that time, your wife was saying Abike Daguni or something like that.
No, that's
And she
that.
said she was referring to the dogs.
Yeah.
Is that how you call the dog?
Yes. I'm trying to